Geofuck Site Perspectives. Part 3 of this, right? The smear campaign. When you're dealing with narcissistic lying manipulators, toxic as hell, they do the smear campaign. So not only does the other person not know about you, but I'm quite sure the liar, cheater, narcissistic person in question is doing a smear campaign, right? So they're probably telling their partner that you ain't shit and you keep bothering them and you keep texting and calling them and this, that, and the other, making it seem like you're the one pursuing them or you're the one with the problem. The smear campaign. They make you look negative and bad, right? They tell everybody how horrible you are. They post about it on social media. Anything they can do to ruin your credibility, to assassinate your character, that's what they do. Hence why a lot of times, especially when it comes to women, they will sit up and go fight the other girl. And this is providing that we're talking about heterosexual relationships, because keep in mind, within the LGBTQ plus community, it's the same fucking thing. You sitting up here, two dudes fighting over a dude that ain't thinking about you. Two women fighting over a girl that ain't thinking about you. A man and a woman fighting over a person that ain't thinking about you. You'd be surprised. Okay, this is what these egotistical, no good sons of bitches do. So, after they done smear campaign you and talk dirty about you, they do this, and also they triangulate. But they do the smear campaign to make you look bad and negative and to remove your credibility. So if you do decide or try to warn the other person like, hey, your man, your woman, your partner is cheating on you, they're not going to believe you. They're going to be looking at you like you crazy. Because the smear campaign has already took place. They've already bad-mouthed you and made you out to be the villain and to be crazy. So nobody's going to believe you or take what you're saying as face value. That's gone. That's gone, honey. Yes, honey, I hope y'all got some liquor because we are quarantined. But yes, that's gone. So they made you out to be the big bad wolf. You have no credibility. They're only listening to what the narcissist, the toxic, negative, manipulating, lying piece of shit is saying. So there you go. How can you warn a sister, warn a brother, warn a person? How can you when they've already smeared you? That's how the smear campaign works. So when the minute I found out the information that I found out on Facebook this past weekend, I instantly was like, well, I dodged a bullet, and I feel bad for her, because at the end of the day, you are probably going to end up with an STD, STI. You're probably going to end up like his first baby mother, aka you're going to be raising that kid by yourself. Let's just be real, because he's a deadbeat. And it's only a matter of time before he gets somebody else pregnant, because it's just like, this is the type of shit that these no good niggas and bitches and hoes do. So they just go from person to person to person. And he's clearly a user. Because now I'm starting to put two and two together. That he was driving her car. He was driving her car the whole time and made it seem like, he living with her. Because there's another thing. Keep in mind, you was always coming over my house. We never could go to your house. Keep that in mind. So you living with her, and from what I've seen on Facebook over the weekend, she's educated. She has a career. It looks like she's going into the healthcare field. So she's going to be the one making all the money, and he's going to be living off of her because he's a busty, dumb nigga. And this is what they do. They sit up here, they see a meal ticket. Oh, let me get this one knocked up. And that's what brings me to my next thing, because a lot of people are under the impression that women are the only ones who trap men, yet there are men who constantly trap women by getting them pregnant. Pregnancy literally is a weapon of mass destruction in the black community, because in my opinion, It's a weapon of mass destruction, because what ends up happening is you will have people who will purposely try to get you knocked up so they can hold on to your ass, so they can lock you down. Clink, clink, okay? And it works regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality. Okay? And notice the person that's trying to clink, clink, lock you down 10 times, 9 times out of 10, they're not going anywhere. So they're looking at you as a meal ticket. You are their bread and butter because you're the one that has the job, the house, the car, the money. They need you to survive. Okay. So hence why they're trying to lock your ass down. Okay. Because if they get you pregnant or you become impregnated, you're on the hook for at least 18 years. You know, that's almost 2 decades. And let's be honest, when you have a child, it doesn't matter when they turn 18, you're still going to be providing for them. My grandmother is 75 and still looking out for her kids who are 44 and 49. Okay? So when they turn 18, bullshit. They're going to always be on you. Okay? The only thing that matters really at 18 is you don't necessarily have to deal with the other parent because it's no longer, but let's be honest. When you create life, that other parent is always going to be in the picture, some form or fashion. So like I said, in my opinion, pregnancy is a weapon of mass destruction, in my opinion, because it's just bullshit. Okay, it's bombs over Baghdad when it comes to black folks, because it's just mistake and disaster after mistake and disaster. We keep making asinine decisions in the dating scene with the people that we choose to have sex with and procreate with and date. And then we mess up and have kids with ain't shit niggas and bitches and hoes and trifling people. And then we sit around trying to figure out why you got to raise a kid by yourself, why you got a deadbeat, why you got somebody that keeps cheating and lying and using you. And it's like the buck has to stop somewhere, right? And the buck stops here with me. I'm done dealing with us. Honey, I really believe you might have 10% of the black population, black American, let me put a preference, African American, foundational black Americans, African descendants of slavery, ADOS, black American blacks. You might have 10% of us that are actually worth talking to. The other 90%, bitch, good luck. And then on top of that, who the hell is going to wait around looking for a needle in a haystack for one of the people in the 10%? No, screw that crap. Date outside your race, date outside your ethnicity, talk to different types of black people, and move on with your life. I wouldn't be wasting my time focusing on us. And that's just being real. I'm out.